What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and before we get to our video, we wanted to let you know about our milestone giveaway for 1,000 subscribers.
We are giving away an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk, the original Sin tie-in. I'm sure everybody is familiar with this book. This is a CBCS 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Big boy.
This book is much hotter than it was when we first bought it for the show.
Yep, that's true.
You insist on still giving it away, and I'm very happy to do it.
You can tell that he is not. But anyway, we are giving this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Kick-ass, key issue, first appearance of Silk, is someone's going to win this book. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the video, shall we? What up, YouTube? It's Jim from Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and we've got an exciting new comic book day video for the week of July 7th. That's right, we're in a new month of comics, and I am super stoked for them. Well, there are a couple on the list that I'm not so stoked for, but hopefully they can, when I read them, they'll change my mind. Also, obviously it's just me this week, not with Nate, because we just had some scheduling conflicts, but don't worry, he'll be here for our live episode. But let's go ahead and start the show. All right, first up, we have Daredevil, issue number 13. Issue 12 was an absolute banger. We've got, Matt Murdock going to hell to kick some ass. And I don't know about you, but that just sounds metal as shit. I'm super stoked for this issue. I think we're gonna have a really good time with it. Let's just say this: Chichetto's artwork obviously is banger, but issue 12 was just blown out of the water. Like, Chichetto's artwork was insane. We've got a new version of Daredevil's costume, an all white costume. I think this issue is going to be so heavy, and I will throw it down now. We didn't have a live show when issue 12 came out. I think both me and Nate were sick. But issue 12 probably would have been my pick of the week it came out. And so I'm going to go ahead and say it now. First book of the show, potential pick of the week. So looking forward to it. I think it's going to be super heavy. I think there's going to be a lot of feels, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of action. So get pumped, guys. Daredevil I think it's going to end. It's going to have, I think, the best conclusion that we've had in a long time in comics, because I think the most recent books that have ended have felt kind of flat in their conclusion, and I think Chip Zdarsky is just going to kill it. So we'll wait and see. All right, after that, we have Thor Annual number 1 from Kelly. Plus, there is an exclusive prologue to Immortal Thor by Al Ewing, which I'm super stoked for, and that's really the only reason why I'm picking this up. I'm not really that intrigued in the Contest of Chaos or whatever it's called, the annual event. I feel a little burned from 2 annuals ago where we had this little mini Infinity Stone event that really didn't amount to anything, or didn't feel like it did. But who knows? Maybe the main annual story will hook me, and I'll be more intrigued to pick up more Contest of Chaos annuals. I know I'm picking up some other ones, but it's just because they land within the book that I'm reading. But I don't know if I'm going to stretch the wallet that thin to pick up all of them. But I am picking up Thor Annual number 1, and it's mainly because of Al Ewing's teaser to his Immortal Thor. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm obviously very stoked for Ewing's run, and I'm hoping that in this run that's coming up from Al Ewing, there will be some connection to what Donnie started to do and was on the way of doing with the death of Thor, right? And that kind of doesn't make sense with him being immortal, but I'm hoping that Al Ewing will pick up some of those themes that were kind of left on the floor when Donnie left his run. So, here's to hoping. All right, after that, we have X-Men issue number 24. We've got a mercenary from Ten of Swords showing back up. Apparently, he's a fan favorite. According to the solicitations to this book, it's like Prague or something. I don't remember how to say his name. But I just feel like what we're doing here is we're setting up the stage for the fall of X and how vulnerable the X-Men are, how vulnerable Krakoa is. And I'm here for it. I think Gary Jerry has been firing on all cylinders, especially when it comes to his X-Men run and his Iron Man run. We're getting ready for a big wedding, apparently, between Emma Frost and Tony Stark, which could be a red herring. I don't know. I'm here for it either way. So this to me is going, I don't want to say I'm getting a feel of filler. I don't think that's what this is, but I could see it being perceived that way. But I'm excited for it. I think Gary Jerry for me has been exceeding my expectations with his X-Men run. I know it started off kind of shaky and it felt kind of like one-off issues every issue, but there's definitely been a mainstream theme going throughout his run since then, since like issue 5 or 6. So, and then you got Kassar on the art, which has been amazing. So, yeah, I cannot wait to read this. All right, after that, we have the Sinister Four Before the Fall from Karen Gillan. I have very high expectations for this book because there is so much mystery shrouded in these variants of Sinister who are running amok and who seem to be at the center of the fall. They were at the center, obviously, of Sins of Sinister, and I just think we're in for a good time from Karen Gillan. I know a lot of people aren't. There are a lot of people that aren't really big fans of his writing style. I'm one that is in the opposite camp. I love his story. I think the narrative he's building, the world that he's building and potentially destroying, he's just killing it. He's doing an amazing job of just really building the mythos that was already laid by Hickman and his foundation, and he's just building upon it and making it stronger. Even though we're going into a storyline that's going to break it all down, but you have to build it before you break it, right? But I'm looking forward to this issue. I'm obviously intrigued with these variants of the Sinisters and who's real and who isn't. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good book. I don't anticipate Kieran Gillen doing his best Cy Spurrier impression, where the book is shrouded in mystery to the point where I don't understand what the hell's going on. I don't think that's the case for this book. Yo, I'm interrupting the video. I gotta talk about our 950 subscriber goal giveaway. We are so close to hitting 950 subscribers, and when we do, we're giving away something really kick-ass. When we hit 950 subscribers, we're giving away this CBCS rated 9.8 King in Black number 5 Ryan Stegman spoiler variant. So when we hit 950 subscribers, we're giving this bad boy away. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's jump over to DC with Adventures of Superman John Kent, Blood and Steel, Injustice Saga. This book has been insane. And I know I've said that for most of our books, but it has been. It's been really fun. And I'm really kind of bummed, if this is still the case, that this is going to be a mini. I think John deserves his own book, absolutely, with no argument there. And this whole involvement into the Injustice saga or Injustice universe has been really fun. Even though I am not as versed in the Injustice books that Nate is. Nate has been doing his homework and reading it, and he's been absolutely loving it. So I can't even imagine how much more excited I'd be for this book if I had been actually reading the Injustice series, which I need to get back onto doing. I need to do it. I just need to download the DC app and just read it. But yeah, it's been fun, and I think the only criticism I have to say about the book is that it's just a mini. Now, hopefully, when it ends, it gets announced that we're going to continue on with another John book, but we're just kind of probably waiting for the next books that are coming out for DC's summer event. Speaking of, we have Night Terrors number 1 with Batman. These next 2 books, I'm going to do a little bit of a rant. And I think if you've watched any of our live shows lately, I've been very vocal with this whole Night Terrors event for DC. I am not a huge fan of what they're doing this summer, which essentially is putting a majority of the DC books in hiatus while other writers write a Night Terrors summer story for each book. And it's essentially saying we're putting all our books on pause and we're going to write this massive horror event in the middle of the summer. And if you want to read DC Comics, then you have to read about Night Terrors. And I'm just not. I think it's a really crappy way of forcing your. Well, I won't say forcing, because you don't have to pick up the books, right? You really don't. You don't have to read it, and I don't know. I just think it's kind of crappy that they're saying we're going to go on we're going to put everything on hiatus so we can write about this. Now, I've heard through our community that some people are saying that the reason why this is happening is because DC's moving headquarters, so this is kind of like a buffer to get that done. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm reluctantly picking this up, but only because I'm reading the Batman book. I'm probably going to be picking up the Trinity of DC's Night Terror books and the main Night Terror run, so like the Alpha, the Run, and the Omega. So I don't know. I guess my hopes for this book are pretty low. Our expectations for this book is pretty low, but maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. and I'll be really quick with this. We get Night Terror's First Blood, essentially the alpha of the event. I'm sure there'll be 3 panels of the Free Comic Book Day book in here. There's a mix of why I'm not excited about this. One, it's being forced on us. 2, I just feel like as of late, or as of recent releases, DC's events have just not been, they don't matter. They have no consequence. It happens and then they just move on, and then there's a reference to it in another book 5 issues later after the event's over, going like, oh, this is why Superman's wearing a different costume because of Night Terrors. And you're like, okay. So again, expectations are low. Maybe it'll hit for me, but I'm just not, I'm really just reading it for the show, if I'm being absolutely honest with you. All right, let's talk about a book from DC that I'm super stoked for, and that's Peacemaker Tries Hard, issue number 3. I have the movie cover variant on here. That's the ones those are the ones I'm picking up. This book has been smashed out of the park. It's been a surprise for me. I think it was John, part of our community, who recommended this book that we should read, that we're missing out, and boy, was he right. I don't think John's ever really been wrong on recommendations on books, but this has been super fun, and it actually feels like a movie. It feels like you're reading a movie, and in the best way possible. So I'll go ahead and say, issue 2 was my pick of the week when the issue 2 came out. So I'll go ahead and say that issue 3 has the potential to be my pick of the week. And again, it's a character that I really don't have any connection to, nor do I have a lot of knowledge to outside of probably the movies, which is pretty sad. But I'm enjoying it, and it's got me more and more intrigued to learn about Peacemaker, or at least however Starks is writing him. I think they're doing a great job of writing Peacemaker. All right, let's jump over to Independence. We got Grimm, issue number 11 from Stephanie Phillips. This has been a phenomenal run. I think we've said it every time it comes up, outside of maybe 1 or 2 issues that kind of felt kind of fillery. But the world building, with what we're currently dealing with, which is basically nobody can die, even if you get ripped to shreds, you're still alive. And you can feel all the pain, but you're not dead. Like, the world is in chaos at the moment. And so our main character here needs to figure out how to put things right. She needs to lay claim to what's rightfully hers, which is she is the new Death. And she needs to say that she is. And we've got her mother kind of trailing on her coattails in a good way. Like, she got released from prison and she needs to go have a chat with her daughter. There's a lot going on in this book. And I'll go ahead and say it now. I've probably said it every time this book has come up. But if you're not reading Grimm, go pick up the trades, or if you can find the floppies, go find them. This is a run worth getting. This is an independent you should definitely go and support. Stephanie Phillips is kicking ass with this book. So I will also say a potential pick of the week for this one. All right, next up we have Hairball, issue number 4. I think this is the last issue in the run. Nate is reading this book currently. I don't have a lot to say about it all, though I will say it's been his pick of the week every time it's come out. And he basically said, if you're in it, the story currently is there's a girl who can't seem to get rid of this unkillable cat. It's a horror book. He's been enjoying it. So we'll see what the conclusion holds. But Nate has only said good things about this book. So if you're looking for, another independent that you may have not gotten onto at the beginning, and there may still be some copies at the shop, go check out Hairball, because Nate has been all about it. After that, we have Phantom Road, issue number 5 from Jeff Lemire. This book's been fucking nuts. Don't know what's going on in a good way. Dealing with an alternate reality, dealing with clay-looking demons. It definitely has like Stephen King's The Stand vibes, and it has been fun. I mean, it's Jeff Lemire. He kills it, right? And so I really can't put into words exactly what the hell is going on in this book, outside of we've got people trapped in an alternate dimension where they're these like creepy looking clay looking people, and it's just not good. And they're trying to figure out what's up and down, right? Kind of like an upside down situation, or inside out. I don't know, whatever. Our review should be stellar on this. This book has been super fun, and it came out of nowhere, and it's Jeff Lemire. Like, why wouldn't you pick it up? All right, our last book of the night is Swan Songs. This is a book that was recommended by our community. Nate will be picking up, and he basically told me to tell y'all, if y'all are missing the current, what's the book? Shit, what's the name of the book? I gotta call Nate. I can't remember it. What was the name of the book that if you're missing out right now, you should read Swan Songs? Silver Coin. Okay, thanks. If you're missing Silver Coin and that greatness of that book, this is probably the book that you're going to want to pick up to kind of fill that void. I don't know if I'll be reading it. It'll be a game time decision for me, but Nate is definitely picking it up. And so eagerly awaiting to see what he thinks about the book. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's new comic book day video for the week of July 7th. Let us know down in the comments, what are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? And what's your potential pick of the week? Also, let us know, did we miss anything this week? There's times where we just like completely miss a book and we forget to put it on this video. So please let us know down in the comments. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're on the road to hit 950 subscribers, but we can't do it without your support. So if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. But if you're not, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure to share out this video. Let everybody know the greatness of Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and so we can just get everybody out in the community to know that they need to be watching Two Fat Guys Pull Us. Like, there's no reason not to be watching our show. Anyway, we'll see you guys live this Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, where we talk about all these books and more live. Nate will be here for that. And then, we'll just have a silly good time. Talk comics, joke, laugh, ask questions, hang out. It'll be good. As always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.